Hi guys, today is September 22nd, 2018, and it's my mom's birthday. It's also the day that my son Caden, who's in the 8th grade filming right now, hi, there he is, we're going to the Ohio State versus Tulane game. And before we did that, my dad is trying to sell the house, 4788 Amesbury Way in Columbus, Ohio, in Lincoln Village, North, and place where I grew up, a place that I've lived since the 3rd grade. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in this house again, so I thought I'd tell you a couple stories. So this is the living room. I'm sure Caden will show you around. It doesn't look like at all what I remember when I was growing up, because when I was growing up, this bay window didn't exist. It was just a big picture window. In fact, it was a picture window with two separate windows on either side. Now, one time, as a Home Alone child, I messed up, and I got really angry at my beagle dog, Bo. And I was so mad at him. I don't remember what he did. I think he chewed up something, and I was just so mad at him that I was yelling at him, and the little dog looked like, that kind of thing. And I was still so mad at him, stupid dog. So for some reason, I had a baseball nearby, and I meant to throw it at a chair that was sitting right here in the corner, which Bo was sitting on the floor, and there was a chair in the corner. I meant to throw it past Bo. I didn't want to hurt the dog, but I wanted to scare him because I was so mad. And instead of hitting the chair with the ball went through the window. And now I'd have to explain to my parents how the dog broke the window. So that was something. In this room. I spent many times watching TV. Right over there, you can see the coax cable. Also, when I was growing up, this is where the Christmas tree was. Now, I remember one time when Dad wasn't here. Actually, I remember it was 5th grade, and Mom and I were decorating the tree, and I was standing here. And all of a sudden, the tree fell over, and it hit me. And Mom was very upset that the tree had fallen over, and I didn't catch it. And Mom didn't get upset at me very often, but I did say something stupid. I said, I was holding it in. And Mom's like, "What?" And I said, "It just seems like you love the tree more than me." That set her off. So I remember she said, go take a bath. She was so mad at me, she wanted to get rid of me, and she's like, go take a bath. So I come down over here, and I said something else, and I remember Mom just going, so she didn't hit me, she hit the wall right here. And I remember being scared of my mom at that point. So we're sure we're recording, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So anyways, we walked down here. This was my room. Kaden will show you my room. This is my room. It was blue, and it had a small closet. Actually, if you walk in here, this was where my bed was. At one point it was a water bed, and another time it was a mattress. But then over here was my dresser. This is where my clothes were, and we had about that much space at the end of my bed for me to be able to get my drawers open in between me and my bed. So it was kind of, whatever. Then I was really cool. I had a 13-inch TV up here where I could watch stuff on my own. I also remember over here in this window, you see we didn't have central heating and air back then. So we did have one big air conditioner right here. And this one big air conditioner provided cooling for the entire house. So you can imagine how cold I was when I slept in my room at night. I mean, it was like 50 degrees in my room, and we'd have fans getting everything else done. Used to be a ceiling fan in here too.
Oh yeah, I didn't know they took that out.
Yeah. So, and then of course this is Mom and Dad's room. This is the bed was right here facing this wall, and there was a filing cabinet and a TV that they always had up there so they could watch stuff. And so yeah, and used to be You don't see it anymore because they fixed it. It used to be French doors right here. Big walkway which led into this room. And this room was the dressing room. This was the dressing room. It was also another time my bedroom. So at one time this also was my bedroom. My bed was right there, but Mom and Dad used to use it for their dressing room, a little extra space, because obviously their master bedroom was not, you know, too big. So so it came here. This was just the closet. Now, this is the bathroom. Now, you would say there's nothing special about that, and I'm sure you can figure out what we did in there. But again, a Bo story. As an only child, you have to entertain yourself. So what I did was, I would get something for Bo to fetch. I don't know, some kind of toy, right? Something that he could sink his teeth into. It's okay to put in his mouth. And I would go like this. I'm like, hey, Bo, hey. And Bo would be right here. And I'd say, and go get it. And as soon as I'd throw it, Bo would go into, look over here. You can see Bo would go into that room, right? While he was running that way, I ran this way. And I would run over here. And I'd go in here. And there's a shower curtain. And I'd go in here and I'd shut the curtains. And Bo would walk around. And I would literally play hide and go seek with my dog. Lonely child existence is very sad. So I would play hide and go seek with the dog. Yes, that's right. So that was one of my fun parts of growing up. And then, of course, you know, the kitchen. Mom made many a hamburger pie in this stove. Also, just so you know, yep, still that way. There's a roaster pan there, but this kitchen's undergone a lot of different renovations throughout the years, and Mom was notorious for just putting all the pots and pans in the oven. So just all of them right there, and then if we had to actually bake something, we had to pull them all out and find counter space to put it because we didn't have anywhere else to put it. So, and yep, the good old fridge. A real quick story is this is an electric range, and as you can tell, it's a glass top. Used to actually have a range with the actual irons on it, like that. And one time, again, Dad was away. Mom and I were here, and something caught on one of the burners and actually caught fire. It actually caught fire on the burner, and the flame started to snake up this way, and we couldn't get it to go out. So Mom finally called 911. Fire trucks came blazing in. We're like, oh no, we're so embarrassed. They came over to this drawer or cabinet, got a thing of baking soda and just went and put it out. But because it was now a fire hazard technically, they had to unplug the stove and take it out back, and then they left it out back. So I, as the only son, had to find a way to heave-ho the energy and the strength to bring the entire stove back in and set it up. So that was rather interesting. This is where the calendars that we would get Mom and Dad every year. This is where they would put all their dates and appointments on. And then this is the place. This is the main living room. This is where we spent a lot of time. I can't tell you how many friends and girlfriends I entertained in this room. And I used to be a mantle right here, and we'd have TV. And this wasn't always a fireplace. It was a wood-burning stove. And I was the one in charge as the only child to go outside in the snow to get wood for the wood-burning stove, and I didn't always like that. So, hopefully this will be a place that'll warm somebody else's family for many years to come. This deck out here that Kaden will show you, this is a deck that Uncle John and Vicky, Mom and Dad and I all built together with our own bare hands. We spent many a time, spent a whole day I think in 1996 or 97 building this deck. Good times, hot day. And Bo was our foreman for sure. This wasn't always here though, this patio door. This was actually a big square picture window. So it was kind of neat. I played a lot of ball out there in the backyard. Wiffle ball, that is, with Kevin Neff and Jimmy and Edward and Jason Massetti and Chad Vaughn. We all come out here and play. And it was. I did not like mowing the lawn. I practiced my marching band technique. So occasionally, look at my shoes. I would push the mower and practice my heel to toe technique. Whatever. Engaged my mind. And then right over there was a tetherball pole. And as the story goes, the legend goes, one day I ate eggs. We ate breakfast for dinner. I think because we didn't have anything for dinner. And so eggs were the only thing in the house. And so I ate eggs for dinner, and I ended up sleepwalking that night. And my parents were in this room, and they tell me the story of how I came out here, and it was a February night, and I wanted to go outside and play tetherball. So, but they stopped me from doing that, which is good because I probably would have woken up, and that would have been really bad. So one last room to show you before we end our tour of 4788 Ansbury Way, and that is the rec room. We call it the rec room, but it's served many different purposes throughout its time. This was a play area for me when I was growing up. I used to have all my toys here, make a big mess. Sega Genesis, playing Sonic the Hedgehog, as well as Boys to Men on the CD player. So very cool. I would also practice to Hang On Sloopy. I'd listen for hours to the Ohio State University Marching Band and listen for their album Hang On Sloopy, and memorized a lot of the Ohio State songs in my head, especially during high school. But yeah, this was also Bobby Joe's bedroom. This was a place that was notorious for leaking. We used to always have buckets around here for when snow melted or the rain fell, and literally buckets would fill up, and halfway through the night you have to wake up and check in, and if they were full, throw them out the door and put them back before the carpet got too wet. And then this pool table. This is Dad's pool table for his 50th birthday. No one was allowed to shoot on this pool table. Mom had gotten for him. And then I'll never forget, on his 50th birthday, everyone gathered into the room to watch him take his first heave-ho, and Dad stood right here and went, and right when he drew it back, I said, "Don't scratch," because of course if you hit the cue ball into the hole as you're breaking, then that's a scratch, and that means you lose the game. And he kind of laughed a little bit, and haha, chuckle, went back, did it, and what did he do in front of friends and family? He scratched. It was hilarious. It was really fun. One of my favorite memories. Anyways, thanks for taking the tour with me. Lots of memories in this house. This was a place for many, many years that has meant so much for me. I am 39 years old as of the videoing of this, and this is a place where I've lived since I was in 3rd grade. So kind of crazy, only a block away from my elementary school. So 4788 Amesbury Way has been a part of my life for many, many years. So I look forward to seeing the family that gets to move in here, and hopefully it'll be a blessing to them as it was a blessing to me.